This is Blade Method Mindset, episode 5, with Corey Allen and me, Chris Trainer. Hello, Corey.
Hello, Chris.
How we doing today?
Wonderful. Episode 5. 5 episodes in the books now.
I know. I can't believe it.
It feels like a landmark of some sort.
There's many people that doubted that.
there are.
Make it 5 episodes.
There are many people that doubted that, but we're here.
I don't know if we've had 5 clean episodes and flawless episodes yet.
Probably not, but we've had 5 published episodes.
Like this episode's audio only.
Yeah, well, so you guys can't watch us, but you're going to listen to us, so that's good.
Yeah. And then we are reaching some people, which is, the ultimate goal of this is to affect people's lives in a positive way. Talking about fitness, nutrition, and being somewhat entertaining while doing it.
Yeah.
And
healthier versions of ourselves every day.
Yeah, well.
Kind of.
Claire and I went on a staycation this past weekend, so I don't know if I'm a healthier version of myself than I was last Monday.
Yeah, we had Julia's birthday weekend. We're definitely not healthier versions of ourselves.
Yeah, but I did PR Fight Gone Bad today.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Yeah, you had like a 40 rep PR. Or
40, yeah.
35, 9, 44 rep PR.
44 rep PR. Yes.
From 2016?
Yep.
That's incredible.
2016. Fitter than I was in 2016. So we'll take that.
Yeah, and I was having anxiety about that because I hadn't done it since 2016, and I was a young man in 2016 and super fit, I thought.
Healthy feet and everything.
Healthy feet. Oh.
Chris walks out in running shoes. I'm like, what's going on with your feet? He's like, this is the only way that I'm going to be able to PR this workout is wearing these shoes.
Dude,
because your planners are so bad.
You can't tell people.
Well, I mean, if they're going to see it, they'll know. I think that on your Instagram story, when you scanned past, I think you see the front of an ASIC shoe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But yeah, so you saw who
34 years old, feet of a 94-year-old.
Thought it was Mikey passing by. So you saw, who'd you see at Greek Fit? You saw Seth and Mariah?
Seth and Mariah the other night, Wednesday night. Like I said, Wednesday night, always hit up Greek Pita. And Seth and Mariah came to 6:30 class, which was awesome having them work out together at 6:30. They killed it. And then I see him leaving Greek Pita when I'm going. I was like, because of the podcast? They were like, yep. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Because that was the second person I actually talked to, Kathy Angerami. You didn't know that's how you say your last name, did you?
No.
Angerami.
Angerami?
Yeah. It's one of those hard Italian names. Like some Italian names are easy. Like Todi. That's not a name. That's a city.
I was like, where's he going with this one?
But yeah, so I had to ask her how she pronounced her last name because kind of, if you're a white Irish dude, it's Angarami. Is what it looks like.
Oh, Kathy with Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would have never got that.
Kathy
That would have been.
Angarami.
I thought it was Kathy Angerman.
Yeah.
At first glance.
Yeah. Okay. She's not German.
So it's
Italian.
know.
So Kathy came up to me the other day and said that she did her first meal prep Sunday because of the podcast, which for me is just like, boom, I love that. That makes me so happy. That's affecting someone in a positive way, which is the ultimate goal. So and that was after the nutrition episode, and I think we might get into a little bit of stuff about that today.
Yeah, a little glimpse into it.
So, yeah,
that's good.
We're tracking in the right direction.
And it's just good to hear, like, when you go to class and someone just says, like, oh, hey, I listened to episode whatever, it was fun, like, your dad was funny. Like, that's like, yes, that means people are listening to it, and they're not just saying that they're listening to it because they mentioned something that was actually in the podcast.
They're giving you evidence.
Yeah, evidence that they did listen, so that's good to hear. So.
And, like, Jaylene last week, which she told me the second, which is something I wanted to bring up, she told me the second quote.
Where's it from?
Okay, so keep talking because I have to look it up in the text because she texted me, listen to it, and she would have had to have listened to the entire podcast because we didn't do that until the end. And so...
Jaylene, now we know that you do listen to the entire podcast. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is it a real movie?
Well, it's a movie no one's seen.
So it's not a real movie.
So she said, I'm so proud of you. Last of the Mohicans, you're a true American. She said the second one is The Internationalist with Clive Owen.
The Internationalist?
I said, awesome, but I've never seen that.
I've never even heard of that movie.
She said, I don't know if it's worthy to recommend, but I love that line. I said, if you don't know, it's not.
Yeah, I don't even think
Yeah.
I couldn't even like picture like a trailer or like a clip. I don't even know. I have no idea what that movie is.
Yeah.
We saw a movie this weekend.
What'd you see?
It was for Julia. Let me preface it by saying it was for Julia's birthday. The singing one, with Bradley Cooper.
I don't care.
A Star Is Born.
Oh.
It's actually really.
Yeah.
It's depressing. Number one, the entire movie's sad, but it's a really good movie. It's like
I love
watching
Bradley Cooper.
a train wreck.
He's one of my favorites.
And he can sing. And I don't know for sure. I want to look up if he's actually the one singing and playing the guitar, because he's playing the guitar.
Most high level actors
can do
come
other
up in
things.
musical theater and can sing. My sister was an actress in musical theater. That's Corey.
Sorry, that's the LaCroix.
I told Corey to open that LaCroix before the podcast started.
But if you open it during, that's how we're trying to get. That's how they know that we're actually drinking it. So I popped a LaCroix for you guys. So
True.
hopefully you send us one.
We're not videoing this episode,
So they have to know that they did it. So your sister is a singer, came up.
Yeah, she did. She was in New York for 10 years, trying to make it on Broadway, and did that whole thing. Went to school for musical theater. But what were we just talking about before it? The movie.
Kathy and.
Oh yeah, you saw The Starborn. That's the fourth time that movie's been made.
Yeah, I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Lady Gaga can sing. You don't even recognize her because she's usually like dressed in crazy stuff and makeup. She looks like a normal human, but she can really sing. So great movie, recommended, highly recommended to go see if you feel like you want to be depressed for 2.5 hours.
No.
But moving right on from that, today I thought that we would bring up motivation, how we stay motivated, how we can try to help others stay motivated, some kind of tips and tricks for people to stay motivated, or just why you should be a motivated human being. So I thought a good way to start it by just asking you. I mean, you've been in the fitness industry for 15 years, 16 years.
No, 13.
13. Dang it.
I've been a trainer for 13 years.
Trainer for 13 years. You've been competitively CrossFitting for 6. Training hard, like more than I'm just going to work out with a class. Like you've been hard training for
Since
6 years,
2011.
right? Yeah. So, I mean, what keeps that train running? Like, 'cause it's not easy. Like, we enjoy what we do. Training is fun for us. I think that we wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it.
Well, there's training for competitive CrossFit to compete at regionals, which no longer exist, which is another whole topic that we could spend a long time on, but that's not what we're doing today.
Because it would be the entire episode of us just ranting.
And there's competitive CrossFit, and then there's CrossFit for life, which is what 99% of our listeners are doing, is CrossFit for life. And
it's a different thing.
Completely different. Yeah. And I think what's true, what CrossFit really is to get people off the couch, training for life, to get the healthiest they can possibly be. And so what keeps me motivated was obviously training for something bigger than just the everyday CrossFit, which was training for regionals for the past several years. And we accomplished that goal for several years in a row, and that was awesome. But guess what? There's no more regionals, and I'm not less motivated.
Right.
Like, I love training. You know, maybe I'm not doing quite as much, but that's just because there's an unknown factor. So it's like, why you can't push the envelope too hard, not knowing what exactly it is that we're training for. But chances are my high level CrossFit career is over. You know, I don't have the time to devote going to the games as a 35-year-old. Even though that could be a possibility if I had the time and the dedication to devote to that, but my gym would suffer, and a lot of things I would have to put on the back burner that I'm not okay with doing in order to do that. And so, you know, chances are we'll do some competitions and we can go do Granite Games and do some fun stuff. But as far as CrossFit Games, regionals, and that high level, that's probably over. So but I love training, and that's what you find out a lot about yourself. Like, if I was to see regionals gone and then say, oh, well, screw this, well, then that would have been a lie. Like, I would have been why would I have been doing what I've been doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing it to be the fittest version of myself. And that is the absolute truth. Went on that staycation all week last night, and I wasn't going to be able to go to bed last night without working out. Like,
Yeah.
I ate a lot of sugar. Claire and I enjoyed desserts. Like, we did a lot of things. And I just know that for me, that wasn't okay. Like, I had some cocktails, out to dinner, ate a lot of dessert. And I just felt yesterday that I needed to go for 30 minutes and go ham, get my heart rate up, shut the door, no music, get a sweat fest on. And that's just because I wanted to be the best version of myself. And doing that last night allowed me to wake up today and feel okay about myself. So, my personal motivation is much different than I think everyone else's motivation. And that's what I want to talk about is our members.
Yeah.
Because there's ebbs and flows of CrossFit. Life gets in the way. Mm-hmm. And right now I feel that a lot of our long time members, like our 5-6 year members, are kind of going through a down spell, and it's the season,
Yeah.
travel and what they're going for. But I notice it, obviously it's the most important thing to me is those people. And when they're not at the gym on a regular basis, it affects me dearly in my heart. And so I want to get those people back in. And the only thing that is going to do that is their choice. They have to make that choice to get in there consistently 5 days a week. But I want to do everything I can to allow that to happen.
Yeah. And it's just, I feel like setting, small goals is an easy way to try to stay motivated. It's hard for someone maybe to look at this big picture of I need to do this and I need to drop, 100 pounds and but if you go in there and you say, today or this month, I want to do everything I can to try to get a pull up if you're close to that. Mm-hmm. It's setting these small goals just to give you something to look forward to. Cause I think we're both very goal motivated when it comes to training and things like that. Like even if we don't have a regionals to train for as a goal, I still have goals inside of training. Like I want to be able to snatch this much or clean this much or take this much off of a time. Like those goals don't go away just because they're not going to be tested at regionals. Like they're still goals for us.
Yeah.
No,
small goals are super important. I agree completely. I'm not a huge goal person though. I'm not like, I have internal goals and I set them. Like I'm not a vision board, write them down type of guy. And I've read a lot of books and there's a lot of people that do that stuff and that's how they live their life and what works for them. For me personally, it's all internal. I just do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get too much into that about how I set my goals, but for people, small goals, that's exactly right. Get a pull-up, knock a time down. But guess what?
3 days in the gym this week.
3 days in the gym this week. But guess what knocks off motivation is when people start dwindling from that. Taking a Monday off.
Yeah.
Missing another workout. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes pressure. Oh, crap. I'm falling behind of my goal. I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to
make
up.
it. There's no way I'm going to make it now.
Yeah.
This one's a loss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it just snowballs. So instead of setting a small goal, just make a choice in your life to be the best version of yourself. And that, I believe, truly, when people come to that choice, and it's something that happens with everybody, at some point, you're either going to choose to be the best version of yourself, or you're going to choose to let external influences in your life, stuff that's out of your control, or stuff that you can control, make you choose to be less. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can control these things, and it's just easier to let them affect you negatively rather than making the choice that you're not going to give in to the alarm clock. You're not going to give in to that pint of ice cream on Sunday night and then not go to the gym on Monday morning. You're going to fight a little bit harder. You're going to get up. You're going to go to the gym on Monday morning. You won that day. You got the workout in on Monday. You won that day. And in my experience, in this 13 years of being a trainer, people that get to the gym on Monday are the people that are going to be consistent and get to their goals. And there's been a lot of people missing Mondays lately, which I don't want people to listen to this and think I'm talking. This isn't what this is about. This was people asking about motivation, and I'm just speaking real. Like, you have to make a choice to be motivated. there's so many things that happen in your life with kids and work and nutrition that can beat you down from every single angle coming at you. It's not easy. It's not easy for anybody. And so everybody has to make the choice.
Yeah, it's like my dad was saying, it's really easy to decide not to work out or to decide not to eat healthy, but it's a hard choice to decide that you're going to set the alarm for 4 o'clock so you can get to the 5 a.m. class because that's the only time you'll be able to go that day. You know, those are the hard decisions that are going to pay off in the long run that you just have to make yourself make. You have to choose to make those decisions. 150
million adult Americans choose not to be that, not to be their best self. You know, it's an epidemic. It's a crisis. And people are dying. It's not, you're not keeping off that extra 5 pounds. It's like, it's a healthcare crisis. It's 200 metabolic diseases that is overcrowding our hospitals, and our pharmaceutical companies are making billions of dollars off of people that choose not to wake up on Monday morning and exercise.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to stop that. That's my life's mission, is to stop that from happening. You know, and guess who's at the forefront of the battle? Me.
Yeah.
I'm on the front lines. Like, I have to fight. I'm the one fighting myself.
Yeah.
You know, on a daily basis. You know, it's not, I'm not a superhuman like everyone that knows my story, you know, and one day I'll tell the whole story, but like, I'm battling every day just because I own the gyms and I'm a partner in CrossFit Blade and the head coach and all that stuff. Like, it's not just easy. I have to fight every single day and make the choice every single day.
It's still hard to train.
Yeah.
It would be a lot easier to sleep in, to eat junk food, to not meal prep, to not eat clean, but you make
I'd be miserable.
Yeah,
I would be. A former self of mine, like, if I wouldn't have spent all of these years, but now the person I've developed into, there's no way that can happen. Yeah. Like, it can't happen. And that's just through training and discipline day in and day out. That I've conquered that.
Yeah.
Now I need to be the fittest human being I know.
Be, yeah.
You know, like, it's no longer, but at the same time, like, I still ate 4 desserts Claire and I ate 2 dinners on Saturday night. We were torn between 2 restaurants, and we were like, screw it.
We're going to go both.
We're going to both. We went to Sumo Maya in Scottsdale, and we ate an appetizer and had a couple small plates, and then went to El Churro and smashed a whole nother dinner, you know, got desserts, and then got more desserts. And it was like, it was painful food eating, like something once a year, you know, but that's what we did. And I wasn't okay with it the next day. I was like, you got to do something.
You got to move around. You're going to die.
Yeah, I've got to burn through all this sugar floating around my blood. And I did, you know, so.
Yeah. And it's just crazy that a past self, like, would have been fine with that. Would have gone into the next day and just been like,
at 20 years old. At 20 years old, that was no factor. Like,
I remember eating nothing but pizza and drive-through burrito places and drinking nothing but beer. I would drink a glass of water every 2 days maybe and nothing but beer. And I look back at that and just think there's no way I would die. Like, there's no way I could do that again and I would feel so horrible all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember feeling sick all the time, and I thought that was just a normal way to feel. Like, I thought it was no big deal. And now that I am not in that anymore, and if I ever do go back to that for a day, I'm like, how did I live through 6 months and this is all that I ever felt like all the time?
Well, you know, and again, I don't want to be too critical out loud because there's people in our gym listening to this podcast that are currently going through that right now.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to be too critical and act like, oh, I'm holier than now, and I don't want people to think I'm looking down on them.
Everyone in our gym owns a hydro flask though, so I know they're drinking more than 1 cup of water.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Are they doing it first thing in the morning out of bed?
Oof, probably not.
Remember from the first podcast or the second podcast?
The first thing you do, jump out of
bed.
Fuji
told me she's starting to do that, so that's another person we're reaching. Our current Blade Athlete of the Month, Stephanie Fujiwara.
Is that how you pronounce her last name?
Fujiwara.
Fujiwara.
That's why her nickname is
Fuji, because it's easier to say.
Yeah. So she, and so she talked about that at 5 a.m., that she chugged water first thing in the morning and she was sick. Like, it's like, so that's what she said. She was like, it felt sick. I said, well, you won't.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Your body will get used to
it.
it. No, soon you'll crave it. And I think that'll transition us into the next topic that someone asked about is, what do I eat before I work out?
Yeah, like what's the morning? So like the 5 a.m.ers, if you come in at 5 a.m., I'm sure other classes too, but 5 a.m. is a big one because you just wake up and then you go straight to the gym. People don't want to eat something. Their stomach kind of is empty when they get to the gym. They don't feel great being on an empty stomach, but maybe they don't want to drink a shake. Like if you do the 5 a.m. class or straight out of bed class, what do you do? What do you eat?
Well, everyone's different.
Yeah.
There is no one thing because so many people some people stop eating at 6 p.m. and then go to bed at 9 p.m. Some people eat right up until bed and their stomach's a little more stretched out and they're digesting. And some people, wake up and their metabolic furnace is burning. They have to eat right away. Some people aren't used to eating until 9, 10 a.m. And so they are not even hungry, but they feel like crap during the workout. Everybody's different. To give one thing that you can do to a blanket across all listeners would just be a lie. It wouldn't make sense. So what I can say is you have to do what works best for you.
Yeah.
And that comes through trial and error.
What works best for you?
For me personally?
For you personally, yeah.
Well, I work out. If I have to work out, say I'm catching a flight and I got to go work out with the 5 a.m. class, I'm always going to have my greens, my reds, and my protein first thing in the morning because it's just liquid and it's a power-packed, nutrient-dense thing. I'm going to smash that, and that's probably all I'm going to have because I'll feel better getting something in my system.
Yeah.
And then I'll take some branched-chain amino acids, just a little catalyst. I take those every morning on an empty stomach because I just want to stave off that catabolic phase and get those branched chains, those building blocks of protein into my bloodstream. And so I take some branched chain amino acids, I take a couple scoops of protein, some greens, some reds, and smash that, and then I go work out. And as long as I have like 30 minutes between taking that down and go time, I'm good.
You're good there.
But sometimes we'll be training, or I'll work for 5 hours, I'll coach 3 or 4 classes, I'll have to do something, walk the dogs, and all of a sudden I haven't eaten for 2 hours and it's time to start training. I got to eat a bar or something in me because if I go into training on an empty stomach and low blood sugar, I'll have a bad session. So I have to eat right away.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we've been training for an hour and a half lifting and doing stuff. And then it's time to hit a Metcon.
I need something.
And we got to eat again, because
something.
We've been going hard and we're sweaty and we've been, rocking some testosterone seeping power movements.
Oh yeah.
Just the blood is flowing and we got some, I don't want to get too. Sorry, I'm getting excited.
That's how it goes.
The hormones are pumping. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get some more food in us to counteract all that stuff happening.
Oh yeah.
So that's me personally, but for people that aren't sure and they've tried one thing and it didn't work, well, you have to try another thing.
Yeah.
So if you work out at 5 a.m. and say you're waking up at 4:15. Chug some water and then take a little bit of fruit and maybe a little bit of fat. So like a half an apple and peanut butter.
Yeah.
If you you can't go wrong with that. You get a little bit of sugar, a little bit of carbohydrates. They're a little bit slower digesting because it's fructose. And then the peanut butter is a little bit of protein, a tiny bit of protein, and then a lot of fat that's going to slow that sugar digestion down anymore. It's going to give you that longer burning energy. You'll probably feel okay. You won't feel full. And by the time the warm-up's done at the gym and you've probably had about 45 minutes since that entered your system, that's probably fine. Well, that takes preparation. Yeah. I
don't remember who it was, but someone was like, oh, I can't come to the 5 a.m. I'm like, well, why not? She's like, well, because when I eat, or I can't, like my meal doesn't go through. I'm like, well, what do you usually do? She's like, well, for the past week, I've been just chugging a protein shake on the way to the gym. And she was like, and my stomach hurts so bad. I was like, well, then don't do that anymore. Yeah. Like, let's try something different. She's like, yeah, I just finish it like as I'm walking into the gym. I was like, well, that's like a lot of liquid jumping around in your stomach.
Who was it? Can you say?
I don't want to put it out there and say.
Okay.
It was a said in confidence. They asked the coach. They wanted some advice.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, well, let's try not to do that again. Maybe have half an apple on the way in and just see if that sits better in your stomach before. I was like, because I'm the same way. I can't drink a big shake before I go and work out. Like, but I can eat an apple before I work out, on my way into the gym before the warm up, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd recommend having some
a little peanut butter on it,
some peanut butter, a handful of almonds or something too, just to slow down that digestion. But yeah, so and then to piggyback on top of the everybody's different. Coach Frankie, one of the old coaches at Blade, Frankie, he used to eat Chipotle burritos like half an hour before he trained, like whole Chipotle burritos. Like he'd be smashing it about like 10 minutes before he was gonna work out.
Gage is the same way.
Yeah,
and I don't. There's no way. Like I would die.
No, not Chipotle. Like
no,
you need a good 3 hours after a full Chipotle burrito.
We were at the Granite Games. Gage is sitting in the stands, like we're getting ready to go warm up, and he's hawking down this Chipotle bowl, this massive one with like sour cream. It was like stuffed to the top.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? He was like, what are you talking about, man? I got to eat this. I was like, stop right now. But it doesn't bother him. He does it all the time.
Yeah, he does do that all the time.
Yeah, I was like, dude.
He's always got weird stuff he's eating.
Yeah, he's
weird looking shakes.
Yeah, he's Gage. But yeah, I'm like, you're not gonna be sick out there? He was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I don't want any of that. He's like, you want some of this? Absolutely not. I don't want you even standing next to me while you're eating that. It's making me sick already.
Yeah.
But like you said, yeah, everyone's different. And everyone has a different tolerance to food, I guess, before they work out.
Exactly. So we can't give one thing, but please, guys, there is a formula that works best for you. You just have to figure out what that is through trial and error. And the longer you CrossFit, the easier it is to figure that out. Like I know exactly how my body's going to feel and the remedy for that certain situation.
Yeah.
After a 2-hour lifting session, I know the remedy. 5 a.m. got to hit that class, I know the remedy. Normal every day, I know exactly what the routine is. And that's just through trial and error. It wasn't magic. It didn't just happen. I didn't have it written down and given to me. It was just trial and error, So try things, and if it doesn't work, try something else. And ask questions along the way, like, "Hey, is this stupid? Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that."
We're here to help. If you have a question about it, we'll give you the best advice we can. If we don't know an answer, we'll figure out an answer. We'll ask somebody that's smarter than myself. So I'll go to someone else because if I don't know, we'll try to find an answer for you, or at least get you some sort of knowledge on it.
Yeah,
to get you moving.
Just like that girl that was drinking the protein shake right before she came in. Don't do that. If it's not working, don't do it.
If you've done it for a whole week and you feel sick every time, maybe we'll switch it up a little bit. Try something new. So, and I think that the little half the apple, she said the other day, she felt a lot better. So, that is good. Sweet, man. Good. Well, kind of going off that too with, we talked about a little bit of motivation and new members. I think that we can kind of go right back into that just a bit for new members. When someone joins the gym, I feel like if you join the gym and you stay, right, you're hooked. You are motivated beyond words, right? You're in there every single day, nonstop. And sometimes you have these huge things that you want to accomplish, and then maybe they don't happen right away. And then there's that little lull that falls off at that point. I guess how do we, as a new member, what's some tips to keep you motivated through that first, what is it, the 6-month stage?
Well, it's like actually a year and a half.
That stage, yeah, where you're
it's like the 2-year mark where people start plateauing and have to change things up and push through that.
Yeah, because they're PR. If you've never done any lifting at all. And then,
the first 2 years of CrossFit,
you PR everything all the time.
Go from you get normal to superhuman in 2 years.
Yeah, you get stronger on every lift, every time, and then all of a sudden, they don't come so easy anymore. And it's like, whoa, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Dude. I've been at the same snatch for 3 years. It just stays there, and you have to fight for something else. That's just the way that it is. Once you get to a certain point, especially when you haven't done any of it before, just that little learning that you get when you come into CrossFit Blade and we teach you how to move, you're gonna get stronger right away. You're gonna move better right away. So of course you're gonna PR. But once that part's done, then you gotta just keep working at it as it goes after that, that year mark, that year and a half mark of staying into it.
Doing more mobility.
Yeah.
Eating better.
Exactly.
Staying hydrated. Getting more sleep. external life factors start to play a bigger role.
It's not just
continuing what you've always eaten the same, not doing any mobility. Like the sooner you start doing 15 minutes of extra mobility a day, the sooner you start hitting your water numbers, the sooner you start decreasing your sugar, the sooner you start getting an hour extra sleep, you're going to break through that plateau. You know, just little lifestyle factors that you start improving on, you're going to continue to get better and better. And the PRs will keep coming. Yeah. Just like today, we both hit massive PRs on Fight Gone Bad. Yep. We hadn't done the workout in 2 years, almost two and a half years, July 2016, when we thought we were super fit, like coming off that first regional. Yeah. And we just smashed it today. Yeah, you know, not even really, I mean, yeah, we tried, we went really hard, but like not thinking about it and not doing really that type of workout. We haven't been doing, you know, that max kind of effort. Yeah, max like effort, ham, you know, type of stuff. We've been doing a lot of skill stuff. So like, you know, they come, but even after having both of us having a pretty crappy weekend nutritionally. Yep. You know, so
it's just staying active and you just have to keep in the gym. If you're in the gym 5 days a week, you're going to continue to get better. No matter what. Just make the decision.
Not if you're sleeping 4 hours a night. Not if you're skipping meals and eating Jack in the Box and
true.
You know, letting your boss come down on you without standing up for yourself and, you know, not doing any mobility, coming in right as class starts, leaving right after class ends. You know, you're not just going to PR for it. You know, like coming to class isn't the end all be all. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is stuff that has to happen. And that's to be the best version of yourself. You know, you got to do these things in order to keep being superhuman. And that's what we want to be. We want to be people that never have to take a disease blocker. What are they called? Antibiotics.
Yeah.
A disease blocker.
A disease blocker.
An antibiotic. You know, if that should be a life goal. I'm never going to have, you know, my health insurance buy me drugs. That's a goal, you know. There's genetic factors that play a role that's unavoidable sometimes, but lifestyle factors are usually the case that people are taking these disease blockers. And so that's a small goal. That should be a goal.
Yeah. Why do you think that stuff's so hard? Like, we'll take mobility. Why do you think
it's so fun?
Hard? Right? Yeah.
I don't like doing it.
I hate it.
It's not sexy. Yeah. It doesn't give you abs. Well,
I mean, it could. I say this all the time. Like, you could tell me to run 800s barefoot, and I would be a fitter human, and I would qualify regionals, and I would be out there running 800s barefoot. But if you just tell me, like, hey, you need to sit here and do 20 minutes laying on this ball, I'm like, I can't. Like,
well, I've been telling you that for years.
I know, and and I can't do it. I don't
because
know
you got done training for a couple hours, and you've had all the fun, and now it's time to do some stuff that's not so fun, and no one's, you know, you can't put it on your Instagram story because it's not sexy,
and you're not hyped about it. It's like
no one's cheering for you.
Yeah, you're like,
you know,
we'll just pass this. Do a couple pass-throughs.
Of course, we talk about if I wanted to get more compliments from Claire, I'd do more mobility.
Yeah.
You know?
If we were,
I should try that.
Try getting more mobile.
Of course, I'd have to do it only when she's watching.
Yeah. And never any other time.
Yeah.
We got good there for a while. Remember we were rom-wadding there for a while? But it's just...
You got time for an hour of mobility. I do want to do more yoga. I think yoga is super beneficial. I think yoga can be abused and be you can get hypermobile, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to that happening.
Yeah, you're all right.
You know, but there are people out there that do a lot of too much yoga, and they're not people we know.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it can actually put you in positions and put your joints in such unstable positions that you actually are at jeopardy if you did get into something like CrossFit. But we're not those people.
Like that. Yeah,
we can only benefit.
Definitely not those people
from doing yoga.
So. Sweet. Well, going off that, so talked about the new members. You know, they come to the gym. Everyone comes in with a backpack. MB, actually, she asked me about this the other day, so I thought we'd bring it up.
Mary Beth Highland?
Yes, it's Mary Beth Highland. That's the one. She was like, what gear? Like, what's the gear that I need? She's like, I see everyone walking in here with these backpacks, and they pull stuff out of it right before a workout, and they have all this gear. She's like, if you're doing CrossFit for 6 months and you're stuck with it, what do I need to bring to the gym that would be beneficial and isn't just fancy stuff that I put in a backpack? I was like, that's a good idea. We'll start talking about some of that stuff. So I figured we'd do
I'm not a gear guy.
New member package, but you have gear. Like if you, so 3 things, we'll start with this. What are 3 things, if you're going to a competition, 3 things, you don't know the movements, what are 3 things that you're packing no matter what?
Shorts.
Not
a shirt to wear to the restaurant after.
Not including, yeah, because we don't walk out. Not including the clothing that you are wearing.
Or what clothing I'm not wearing.
Correct. Or not. I can tell you your 3 right now without you don't even have to say it.
My wrist strap.
Your wrist strap, your headband, a jump rope.
Yeah, I'd take my jump rope. And so and I said this when we did our double under clinic on Tuesday, pre-workout, is that every CrossFitter should have their own jump rope. Yeah, that's like, and I'm talking about a $10 Amazon speed rope.
Yeah,
you don't need to buy a $100 RPM, it's just like a golf club. It's not people aren't getting good at golf because they bought the best golf clubs. People are getting good at golf because they spent hours and hours practicing, and then they can get the best clubs. You don't need to go out and buy a $150 jump rope if you don't have double unders. Yeah. Get double unders on a $10 Amazon rope, and then once you're really, really good at them and you have 100 unbroken whenever you want, then you can buy a nice rope to get faster at double unders. Yeah. So go buy a $10 rope and have that, and that's a great thing that you can do at your house. Say you're going to 6:30 p.m. CrossFit and that's your time. Wake up 30 minutes early and hit a 15-minute interval on your jump rope. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Yeah.
On an empty stomach first thing out of bed. Guess what? That's going to get you to your goals a lot faster.
You'll get some double unders then.
And you'll get double unders, yeah.
Jump rope, I would for sure say. Again, like, you need your own jump rope, no matter what. Everyone should have their own jump rope. I would say a big one is, especially if you're starting to get more gymnastics work, more bar work, hand care, number 1, but also hand grips. So gymnastics grips, I think, are great, just to allow you, like, everyone thinks it's cool when you rip your hands. It's like, take your picture. I don't think
that's cool.
But then guess what? You can't work out for 3 days because your hands are torn. Like, buy gymnastics grips, learn how to use them, and then you don't have to worry about your hands getting shredded all the time.
Yeah, and Claire gets those grips from the guy in North Dakota, those kangaroo grips. A lot of people really like those. I like Bear Complex.
Yeah,
I don't put my fingers in them. I just throw them over. And I didn't use grips for years, but I do need to wear them for high volume gymnastics work.
Yeah, I never wore them until we were training for regionals in 2016, and I couldn't close my hands because they were just raw, and I was like, all right, I need to learn how to wear grips.
And the best CrossFitters in the world wear grips when they do gymnastics. So it's like, dummy, you should be wearing grips.
You're not you're not above wearing grips.
Rich Froning wears grips for everything. He's the fittest man in the world, bar none, for years and years and years, and he wears grips for everything he does on a pull-up bar. Well, dummy, you should be wearing grips.
I'll probably wear grips too. Yeah. And it's a lot of people grab them. I know you practiced a little bit with them on Saturday, and right away it was like, oh, these I don't like these. These feel weird. I'm like, they're not normal. Like, you have to practice with them. You have to get used to them. But
once you have to get used to chugging water in the morning, you got to get used to
the grips. But once you do start wearing them, I mean, like I said, I wear the Bear Complex too. I love mine, but a lot of the ladies at the gym have the ones that we have, the kangaroo ones. Claire has, isn't that what they are? Mm-hmm. And I know she loves those ones.
Especially, those are great if you have smaller hands.
Yeah, and they're not super thick, and they just slap right over the bar. But yeah,
I'd wear the grips more but whenever there's a wrist movement, like a pressing movement, I have my wrist strap on, and they don't work with my wrist strap. So it's, unfortunately, sometimes I just can't wear my grips.
Yeah, I wear them all the time for everything. Third thing. I mean, we have tape at the gym all the time, so like I always have to have tape. Which is, would you want to get into tape?
Well, if you want to bring it up, I'm the owner, so I can't bring that up.
I can bring it up. No other gym in the entire world gives as much tape out as we give out,
which we're happy to do.
Couple things. Don't throw your tape balls on the floor, please. That drives us nuts. And just tape your thumbs. Like, don't use the tape to make a wrist strap and strap up your whole forearm. Just tape your thumbs. Couple slaps, thumb tape, and happily go on.
I'm still wearing my thumb tape.
Yep, I know. The little half tape though.
Yeah, that's all I needed for is that little thing.
That little.
But so we've always provided tape from the beginning, and that's something with 2 gyms. Like we spend a lot of money on tape.
Yeah.
But we're not going to stop doing it. But we just want
through a
people
lot
to
of tape.
understand that it's for thumbs and not making
Entire
yourself a
body.
mummy
Yeah.
before the workout starts. But yeah, you go to a lot of gyms, they're selling. You want tape, you gotta buy tape.
Yeah, and it's not Johnson & Johnson tape they got in there. They got the KT tape that's $45 a roll or something like that. They want you to buy. Yeah, that's probably the 3, right? Grips.
Well, I don't.
Jump
We
rope,
provide tape, so I mean, obviously, if you're going to a competition, you want to take tape. So jump rope, grips. I'm not a gear guy. Lifters, if you're gonna lift, like if you have poor ankle mobility, like lifters put your foot in
a good position to squat in if you don't have the mobility for it.
And even if you do have good mobility, it's just a better position. Lifters will put you in a better position, so wear lifters.
Yeah.
I don't always wear lifters. Like we're snatching light today, we're squatting a little bit lighter. I didn't wear them.
I don't ever wear them. That's just weird.
But lifters are beneficial to a lot of people, and if you are struggling with hip and ankle mobility and you're not going to dedicate the time, get some lifters.
Those will help out a lot. Yeah. Knee sleeves, I mean, they're good for some people. They're good. Like I think that sometimes
don't wear them for everything.
People, I was just going to say, I think people abuse knee sleeves sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you don't need them for everything unless you have issues with your knees but if you're a
issues with your knees is either going to be
17-year-old, you don't need your knee sleeves for everything.
Arthritis or maybe structurally, like if you've sprained your knee or in the past maybe you had ACL surgery and you're just looking for a little bit more of the stability comfort. But any other knee issue, 9 times out of 10 is tight tissue.
Yeah.
Meaning you have tight glutes, your TFL, your glute med is all glued up, your butt, you got tight butt, and it's pulling on your knee, and that's why you have knee pain. Tight quads, tight hamstrings. Like 9 times out of 10, if you have knee pain, don't wear knee sleeves to get rid of the knee pain. Go get a massage.
Yeah.
Have David get in there.
Never
give you
need a knee
a
sleeve
bite stick.
again. Yeah.
And let David go to work in there, and your knee pain will be gone.
Never wear a knee sleeve again.
Yeah. So I wear knee sleeves at 85% and above on my lifts. Just to give me like more strength.
Yeah.
Like it's just a psychological thing.
Yeah, I don't.
But that's about it. Yeah. So I think that's good on gear. And then, what else could you have in your backpack? Snacks?
Snacks. Should always have some snacks in your backpack. But, and also the hand care, like you got to take care of your hands too. File them down. You don't need to go get the wad rod or what's the one that my dad has now? That one's pretty good too. That sandbar, right? Or whatever it is.
Yeah. I think that one, just because you don't have to replace the tape on it.
Yeah.
But you can get a 1 wad rod between 3 buddies.
Chris and I have been sharing the same wad rod for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
All the DNA.
If you're not comfortable sharing
some
skin cells with your man, then
Anytime we pass that back and forth, Claire goes, "That's disgusting."
Yeah, you sounded like Danielle there, not Claire.
That's gross.
It's gross. Oh shit. Yeah, so the wad rod, you gotta tear down your file. Someone will come in and be like, "Oh, my hand is torn," and you'll look at it, and it's like this massive piece of hard skin that has been callousing over a year and a half. Yeah, shave that down. Get a little pommel stone on there.
I have I think I got it in the foot section in like Safeway. It's got a little metal file in the shower. I shave them down every day, and it's money. My hands, knock on wood, haven't ripped in a long time.
And ladies that get manicures and pedicures, like...
Just haven't filed those things down?
Yeah, go to your manicurist. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Claire says, yeah.
I didn't know she was here.
Yeah, she came in.
Say, hey, will you file my thing down? My hand down?
A mani-pedi this weekend, yeah?
Just a pedi.
Just a pedi? How
was it? It
was
a bomb pedi. And I love pedicures. Whenever Claire invites me to go along, usually if it's just her and another girl, I won't go because, I like just going with Claire. But yeah, man, I'm not above that.
They don't ever
a leg and foot massage.
Yeah,
it's all about the leg and foot massage.
But they don't ever invite us either. Like they'll have Oh, that's true. They never invite us. They'll have like all the girls going.
You and Ash aren't going to get a pedi, and you're not like, hey, Chris and Corey, you want to come with us?
Yeah, you, Ash, and stay. So like, we'll make a day out of it. They're like, oh, we're getting pedicures. We're leaving the gym. Like, oh, where are you guys going? Oh, we're getting pedicures. We didn't know about it. Like, I would have loved. I'll come.
Yeah.
We'll come in there with you and chat it up. And I want that leg massage and ankle massage. Sounds great.
But this one we went to was Herbal Nails on Camelback. Bomb. Best pedi I've ever had. It was. It was. I'm telling you, like, and he worked on my nails for like
It was a he?
No, it was a she.
She? Okay.
I'm not. Okay, so like, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. I don't exactly like a guy giving me a pedicure. Like, I'm super secure in whatever, dude. You know, I love my wife. Like, I've been married for 7.5 years. Like,
David gets
oh yeah, David's all up in my butt, you know, yeah. But like,
your feet are, like, that's sacred.
That's like, a little like, hey, you know, because it's really sensual, like getting all up, you know, and lathering and sugar scrubs, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'd rather, for me personally, you know, I'd like, you know, a chick to do it.
Oh, girl, you know. Guy touching my feet.
Yeah.
It just gets a little bit weird.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had a guy give me a pedi.
No.
I think they know better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just kind of place you where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. All right, man.
Sweet.
That was a lot of information. I feel like we've gone over
good
today.
Yeah, I think we did good. We'll end it with the fact that we did Fight Gone Bad today, and Claire decided that she wanted to do it at the men's RX.
20-pound wall ball, 10-foot target.
20-pound wall ball, 10-foot target. 75-pound sumo.
75-pound push press.
And the 20-inch box jumps, which is for guys and girls. When we told Claire that she didn't realize that we had to do 20-inch box jumps, and it was almost like anything that we had ever done in that workout was just dismissed because we did it on a 20-inch box jump. She goes, is it a 20-inch box for you guys too? We're like, yeah. She's like,
pussies.
Oh. Basically. I can't believe that you like, why isn't your score better? But Claire decided to do it at men's RX, and she was right next to me, and the
running joke was that Claire was going to beat Corey.
I was scared the whole workout.
RX.
Like leading up to the workout, getting ready to start, and then she didn't drop the men's wall ball for the first round. Like the entire minute, she went unbroken too, and I was like, I only have so many of these. Like, the cardio is going to catch up to me, and I'm going to die. Like, she can box jump faster than me, and she could probably move the barbell just as fast.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I didn't lose, though.
So she got 309 reps, which is 100 reps under her PR of 409. But 300 reps is a great guy score on Fight Gone Bad.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Good job, babe.
And I sold my soul to get 409 reps today, and I just tied Claire from 2 years ago. So she's still way fitter than me. But that was our Fight Gone Bad experience today. So,
do you know how Fight Gone Bad was named?
No, but I know you do.
Because it's an OG CrossFit workout.
Uh-huh.
So BJ Penn, who is a prodigy, he's old school UFC,
he's the one
multi-weight class
really
champion.
Out, right? Is that BJ Penn? Like,
no, I mean he trained martial arts.
But he was always like
he's a little frumpy.
Yeah,
a little
okay.
chunky.
Okay.
But he, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time. So he was with Greg Glassman. This is way back in the day, mid 2000s, and Greg wanted a workout that was going to simulate a fight. So 5-minute rounds, 1 minute rest in between is a UFC fight, and so Greg Glassman programmed this workout for him. BJ Penn did the workout, and Glassman asked him what he thought, and he said it was like a Fight Gone Bad.
Oh, I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that workout. Boom. That workout hurts.
Yeah. Got me on the floor.
Yep. Can't wait to watch it for the next 4 hours, guys. It's going to be great.
All right. We'll see you guys this afternoon. Later.